In this video, I'm going to answer all of your questions about Oculus Quest 1 and 2 and more right here, right now. Hello and welcome to the VR Cauldron. I'm Al, and wow, my thumbs have had quite the workout over the last few days. It's great to know that so many people are now thinking about getting into VR, and it has been my absolute pleasure being able to answer questions and help you out. So it dawned on me earlier today that if one or two people are asking me similar questions, there has to be an absolute ton of people asking the same questions to other much larger VR YouTubers. So I thought I'd put all of the questions from my comments into one video so that hopefully we, because they're your questions, can help other people who want to get into VR together. I split the questions into three parts: General Quest questions, Quest 2 specific questions, and then some random questions at the end about this channel and a few other things. We'll also have the most underrated comment from the last video, and if we answer one of your questions, a thumbs up would be grand. Before we start, I'd like to get a couple of things out of the way. I started this channel on the 9th of July, not really expecting too much, as I have been burned by YouTube in the past. It's a long story that I might tell at some point in the future. But yesterday, on the 20th of September, I'm so happy to be able to say that this channel has passed 1,000 subscribers. I was on a day trip to the beach and my wife was wondering why I was jumping around like a loony. So thank you so much for helping me get there, because subscribers are all real people. Silent Green is people! And those people are you. Not the Soylent Green ones, of course. It's a testament to how the VR community is growing every day, and of course I am thankful for that too, as it's certainly helped this channel grow. So, as a few people have asked me to start a Discord server, and I said I would when I hit 1,000 subscribers, so I've made one. I'm just going to sort it all out, so look for the invite link appearing in the descriptions of my future videos. It won't be a server about me, it will just be a place where we can talk about VR and ask questions, share experiences, and I'd also like to share VR videos from other content creators that people might otherwise have missed. But of course we can use it in all the usual Discord ways too. So thanks again for being part of not only the wider VR community, but also the smaller but amazing VR Cauldron community. And if you're not part of it yet, just take a quick look at the comments section of my videos. We love to talk about VR, and so if you do too, you might as well hit that sub button and stick around. It's free to click, though once you do, you will be trapped here forever. So your questions, in we go. So Miggy Live Music asked, should I upgrade as I have the first gen Quest? It's totally up to you. If you can afford it and you want to have the better screen and refresh rate, then sure. But if you're happy with your Quest and how it looks, then maybe just hold on to it. It will play all the games for the foreseeable future. And as I said in my Quest 1 Gamers Don't Need to Worry video, link below, a lot of the extra power of the Quest 2 will be used on the higher resolution and frame rate. So it's not like there's going to be mega graphics games coming out that you can't play. Anthronox asked if 64GB is enough storage. I say absolutely yes. If you're going to load it up with a ton of games, then sure, try and get the 256. But if you're like me and you only really play 10 games or experiences at one time, you'll be absolutely fine. But let's say they're all 2 gig games. They aren't. Lots are smaller. Then 50 gig is 25 big games, and that's loads. Breadlord asked if they should get a second-hand Quest 1 since they can't afford a Quest 2. Now, the problem with that is that right now, the people selling their Quest 1s are hoping to sell to people that don't know about the Quest 2. So they're mostly selling above the price of the Quest 2. They also often come with a load of accessories that mean the buyer really wants to make some of their cash back. It'll be a while before Quest 1s are regularly cheaper than $299, so when you can afford a second-hand Quest 1, you won't actually be far from being able to afford a brand new Quest 2. Steve Cage asked about hand tracking games on the Oculus Quest 2. I've put a link in the description of the 10 best hand tracking games on Quest from Upload VR. The Demon Clown asked if you can use Bluetooth headphones with the Quest. Sadly, they're not officially supported, but in the experimental features tab, you can enable Bluetooth connections and pair some headphones. Sadly, not all the headphones work, and it can really mess with performance of games. Media consumption, though, often seems fine. Nagam asked if there will still be updates for Quest 1. Absolutely. Just because it's discontinued, it doesn't mean that it's not still supported. They only discontinued it because it cost more than the Quest 2 to make. Nagam also asked if the lenses are as good on the Quest 2. Now, the lenses are the exact same Fresnel lenses as seen on the Quest, Rift S and the Oculus Go. Stokey316 said, can VR actually be used for exercise? Definitely. In fact, I'm going to be working on a VR fitness video in the next few days with someone I know who doubts that it can. This is him just being him.
Oh my.
And we're going to prove him absolutely wrong. So watch out for that one. Okay, now we're going to move on to questions more specific to the Quest 2. Starting with Sector P Official Yeet, who asked, do you think the Quest 2 would give me the immersive experience that would actually shock me? Yes, you will be shocked and immersed, especially if you've never done VR before. Rick D asked, how many games will the 64 gig Quest 2 hold? It depends on the games, but over 50 is doable. Car asks what the FOV of the new Quest is like. Well, it's similar to the Quest 1, maybe a little larger in some cases, but smaller if you have a larger IPD. Teopol asked, if they have an IPD of 60, should he use the preset setting of 58 or 63? Now apparently, setting 1 should be used for you, but try setting 2 too, and choose what's best. On my Quest 1, I find that quite a range of IPDs seem absolutely fine, so I'm sure you'll be fine too. Michelo, Not to Name, Oliver Whitehouse, Aidan Moore, Mr. Paradox and Spicy Cola all asked Rift S or Quest 2. Now for me, absolutely the Quest 2, especially if you're buying both brand new. The PC VR experience right now on Quest 2 I've heard is at least as good as the Rift S, and it's going to get better. And you'll be able to use Virtual Desktop to do it wirelessly. This also answers Poledog, who asked if the Quest 2 can be plugged into a PC to play PC VR. Absolutely yes. Sadly though, the cable in the box won't be so good to do this as it is a bit short. But Boyd asked, can you use the Quest 1 cable to connect to the Quest 2 to the PC? Yes you can, as the Quest 1 charging cable is USB 2 and USB 2 leads now work as a link cable after a patch. It's Mitch asked if he should sell his Rift S to try and get a Quest 2. Definitely, if you can get a good price for it. Chronicle asked if Steam games will work with the Quest 2. Yes, they will. It basically acts like a Rift when it's plugged in, so just boot up Steam VR and voila. Ben Matthews says, Quest 2 or Xbox One X? Quest 2 all the way, but that's because I love VR. Glitchpoint asked, Xbox Series S or Quest 2? Quest 2. Bart's99, Basic Good Morning Basic and BMB asked, Quest 2 or Reverb G2? Now personally I would get the Quest 2, the Reverb is amazing and that screen,
well, you know, I don't really broadcast.
But I'm expecting a very good PC VR experience from the Quest 2 with patches that will unlock the true potential of that screen, putting it very close to the Reverb. I also think latency will be much improved, but on top of this, Quest 2 tracking is better, so are the controllers, and personally I can't stand wires anymore. Then there's the mobile game library and the ability to have fun with friends at parties or school trips or whatever. But basically you're getting 2 devices for half the price. However, if he's a sim racer and he doesn't care about wireless or mobile, then get the G2. Nydia1986 asked, what is movie watching like on these? It's brilliant. You can get a cinema-sized screen and it really does feel like a cinema, especially with a good pair of headphones. On the Quest 1, it was good, though not as sharp as a real digital cinema, but still very watchable. On the Quest 2, it's going to be amazing, just as long as you don't mind having the headset on. Midlife Kid asked if Netflix will actually look HD. I think it will, as long as the Netflix app is optimized for the Quest 2. Louis Constantino asked if we can stream movies from other sources onto the Quest. Indeed you can, using big screen or virtual desktop, which can play movies from your PC inside the Quest or Quest 2, so you can be watching your favourite films from many different virtual environments. Can you play Quest 2 plugged in for unlimited battery life? Yep. Plug it into the wall socket and it's going to run as long as you do. You might just want a longer cable than the one that comes with the Quest 2 though. Casper Dudley asked if the Quest 2 battery will last forever using Link to play PC VR. Well, that depends on the power of the USB that you're using. If there's enough power, then yes, but at the very least it'll discharge so slowly that there's going to be more than enough time for you, unless they bring out Rust VR. Amanzi Maduako asked, what are the main problems with the Quest 2? Well, what we know so far is this: the IPD solution is better than nothing, but it's not ideal. Apparently people with larger IPDs can see the edge of the screens, so have a reduced FOV. The strap that comes with it is not as good as the original. It's still a bit front heavy, so not as comfortable as a dedicated PC VR headset in stock form. The sound isn't as good as having dedicated earphones like the Index, Reverb G2 or the original Rift. As a PC VR headset, it will need patching to rival the low latency of PC VR headsets. I do expect these to come though. As soon as I get mine, I will show it no mercy and tell you all the problems I personally have with it. John Venturella asked, if the Quest 2 is so powerful, then why do we need a gaming PC to run certain games? Well, the Quest 2 is twice as powerful than the Quest 1 is in general use, which has people excited because it can now push more pixels and frames. However, it still is a mobile SoC, not an actual SoC like Dolby has, but it means system on a chip. The XR2 chipset contains all the separate components of a PC system like the graphics and even Wi-Fi on a single chipset. Mobile chipsets are getting more and more powerful all the time, but they're always going to lag behind dedicated gaming PCs with separate components, at least until everything is so powerful that even the most true-to-life environments are really easy to reproduce. The Google Blitz asked, how powerful of a PC do you need to get Half-Life Alyx running using Link? Well, running a 1060 is going to do it on medium settings. You can even prioritize some of the Half-Life related processes in Task Manager to make it smoother. At full Quest 2 resolution, I would guess at something like a 2070. Murray Wilson asked, does the XR2 on Quest 2 support Wi-Fi 6? Yes, it does. Qualcomm have said so. Palvinder, Anthony Hardman and Wizard Easy asked, will the games bought on a Quest 1 already be on the Quest 2? Well, they won't already be preloaded, but they will be available to download once you log in with your Facebook account. Rommel E asked me if I'm deterred due to the Facebook account requirement. Nope, I've had mine linked to Oculus for quite a long time. Mark Davis asked if games like Saints and Sinners will look better on the Quest 2 than the Quest 1. Well, we'll find that games have got less foveated rendering on the Quest 2, so more of the screen is at a higher resolution compared to the Quest 1, where parts of the screen away from the centre are at a lower resolution. You may have more background objects like debris or plant life on Quest 2. Daniel Legrica asked if Saints and Sinners and other games will look better if you plug the Quest into a computer. Well, if you connect the Quest to a computer using a link cable or wirelessly using virtual desktop, it then becomes a PC VR headset, meaning it will be able to play the PC version of the game, providing your computer can run it. So it's a different version of the game that looks better because the developers knew that it would be run on much more powerful machines. But it's not like if you plug your Quest into a PC, the graphics of that game suddenly get better. Didn't write this name down again, I'm sorry, but if your Facebook account gets hacked, could you potentially be locked out of the Quest? Well, the hacker can't have your Quest as you'd still have it physically in your hands, so you'd need to reset your password, which you can do since you've got the recovery email or your phone, so make sure you have that and a really good password. If you do, then you don't need to worry. Wesley, who lives in Germany, can order the Quest 2 from the Netherlands. Should he? I would. And finally, some random questions people asked about my channel. If you are only here for the Quest questions, then you can leave now, unless you want to stick around and help my video retention. So Colton Stone asked why he hadn't seen my channel before, because I was making videos like this. Egg box. Fraser McNaughton asked, will you ever go live on your channel? Well, I'm not sure about YouTube, maybe, but I haven't got it all set up. But at some point I'd love to start streaming on Twitch again, and maybe when we get our headsets we can have a VR party stream or something in maybe Rec Room or another free crossplay game. Nick Doer asked, what is the song at the end of your videos? It's actually a song I wrote for my old band, the Riker Maneuver. It was basically meant to be a kind of a Stranger Things promo song, but sadly no one really listened to it. If you want to hear it though, I'll put the link in the description. And finally, the underrated comment is from Trollboy replying to the video, is VR about to explode? He says, the only thing exploding is my pants when my Quest 2 arrives.
Jesus Christ.
And that brings us to the end of the video. I hope I managed to answer all your questions, but if not, feel free to ask absolutely anything in the comments. I don't even mind if you ask something I've already answered. So if you found that video helpful, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, and if you want to stick around for the VR party, don't forget to subscribe. So I've been Al, thanks for watching the VR Cauldron, take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you next time. See ya! When I'm upside down, I can't see heaven. Am I under your protection spell? Just don't hang up the phone. They wanna send me straight to hell.